Hey guys, I'm Matt. Welcome back to 12 Wellness. Today we're going to introduce a new segment where it's just real quick introductions to foods and things that we can do in the kitchen to really enhance our health and well-being. And considering it's been a little bit cold lately, I feel like the perfect place to start would be introducing a vegetable that I like to incorporate really into my winter eating plan, into a lot of heavier roasted vegetables, stews, things like that, just to really enhance the flavor, to sweeten it, and to complicate the profile a little bit, to make it a little bit richer and more dense. That vegetable is butternut squash. To me, this is like one of the most intimidating vegetables that I've ever come across, and trying to incorporate it into my diet was a little bit tricky at first. Just looking at it scares me a little bit, but once I learned how to peel and prepare butternut squash in a quick and easy manner, I can really start to enjoy its flavor and its nutrient benefit. So what we're going to do today is just show you how to peel it real quickly and how to chop it up or to cube it so you can roast it real quickly with vegetables, throw it into soups, stews, anything like that. What you want to start with is a wide peeler. You can use a conventional straight peeler, but the wide peeler is better and allows you more control. And then obviously you just take a butternut squash. The stem is the and we want to hold away from the body, and we want to rest the bottom, the butt, up against the chest or abdomen. And then we just go through and peel, just like that. And you know, you're going to make a little bit of a mess only because of so much peel that needs to come off, and it's kind of slow going. And you know, comes off in really long strips, which, you know, makes a mess, but in my opinion makes it a lot more fun. Okay, so one of the reasons I like butternut squash so much during the winter is because during the winter I make a lot of stews and roasted vegetables. And those vegetables are a little bit more bitter more often than not. Brussels sprouts, onions, potatoes, they don't have a lot of variation in taste. Well, they do, but you know what I mean. And butternut squash brings to the party a little bit of sweetness. And you know, I have a sweet tooth, and this is just a product of my childhood and whatever. And this butternut squash can satisfy that sweet tooth pretty easily, and it's obviously a lot better for you than sugar. So I incorporate a lot of butternut squash just for that reason. Butternut squash is also really high in beta-carotene, which is vitamin A precursor, which is really good for the eyes. It has also been found to help in breast cancer prevention. Okay, see, that was real quick. And see, for the most part, we are completely peeled, and what you want to make sure you do during the peeling process is get rid of most of the white outer layer, and so all you see is that beautiful orange glow coming through. You also see some green veins, and you can get rid of the majority of those pretty easily, but if there are a few left over, no big deal. Okay, so after you made this mess and got the butternut squash peeled, you lay it down on your cutting board, you cut off the ends, like so. Obviously you don't want to eat the ends. And then right where it bulges out on the bottom, you want to cut out again through the middle. Lay the thicker bottom portion down, and then you'll cut it in half. And see, this provides you a nice little flat texture so you can cut the remainder of that portion up. But down the bottom, the bulb end, is where the seeds are. So butternut squash is technically a fruit because it has seeds. And so what you'll see right here, even though this one has a small butt end and very few seeds, you don't want to eat those. I mean, you want to scoop those out with a spoon. So, what we'll do now, after you scoop them out, you'll just chop up the remainder of the butternut squash into pieces probably about ½ inch by ½ inch cubed. And then you will just go through and cube it like so. Pretty simple. It doesn't take a whole lot of time. It may take a little bit of time to get used to using the wide peeler and using it, efficiently, but that's the hardest part. After that, everything else is pretty simple. And these are, like I said, a great vegetable to incorporate into heartier meals such as soups and stews and roasted vegetables. My favorite way to incorporate it is by roasting it with Brussels sprouts. It really adds a little sweetness to roasted Brussels sprouts that, when cooked really well and burnt a little bit, which really offsets that bitter flavor, and that really makes it a really nice, rich profile. And if butternut squash is still a little bit too intimidating for you, no big deal, I completely understand. Some stores now actually make or package butternut squash for you already peeled and cubed. I got this package at Trader Joe's, and you can see it's just a clear package of cubed and peeled butternut squash. So real simple, real easy way to incorporate this amazing vegetable or fruit into your winter/early spring cooking. Adds a great sweetness and a great complex profile to heartier meals, stews, roasted vegetables, soups, everything like that. Full of beta-carotene, vitamin A, which is good for your eyes. Has a ton of antioxidants in the form of vitamin C, which fights inflammation and free radicals. And just a really, really amazing, great, tasty way to up your nutrient profile this season. Thank you guys. Enjoy the time, and I look forward to doing some more of these with you in the near future. Thanks.